Welcome to The Plus Ones, a podcast serving wedding advice and hot takes from the Blue Ridge to the upstate. I'm Taylor, your co-host, and I share this platform with my good friend and wedding planner, Kat. We're seasoned wedding plus ones who aren't afraid to say the quiet parts out loud. So whether you're newly engaged or knee-deep in vendor quotes, we're here to help you make sense of the madness. Let's get started.
Hey, Plus Ones! It's your girl, Kat and Taylor. And today we are talking about things that your mom suggests that you need for your wedding day that you may or may not need. You know, everybody's got people that they're planning with. Everybody's got people in their corner and they like to think they know what's best, but we're going to talk about, really do they?
No, probably not. But before we do that, we are going to have a little chit chat about a few different things.
Like what?
Like our corrections corner. We are renaming that because that was accidentally stolen.
I didn't mean to. It was just my subconscious. I'm sorry.
And we're going to call it what, Kat?
I like our dumb mistakes.
Our dumb mistakes.
Simple and to the point.
That's perfect. Okay. So my mom had one. She's like, "Oh, I need you to add this to the thing you say at the beginning of the episode. When your baby cries, you need to tell the people that it's not just sitting over there by itself, that like your husband is with the baby." She's like, "It sounds like you're just ignoring your baby and you're just home alone."
And see, I would have never caught that.
I know. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." She's like, "Somebody's going to call the police."
Oh my God. You want to hear my dad's recommendations for what we should call
Yes.
it? Okay. He had some really good ones. He actually sent me several.
Okay.
He said clarification time, correction time, corrections and clarifications. Oops, I did it again. That's on me. I said what? And my favorite, my bad.
I like my favorite. My bad. I like my bad. That's my favorite. And I also like, I said, what?
I said what?
I said, what? Okay, we don't know what we're going to call this. Maybe next week it'll be different. We're figuring it out.
Let's take a vote in the Facebook group.
Yes. Okay, we're going to do a little poll in the Facebook group. So be sure to go over there and vote and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I do like the idea of having a little, callback to our most recent episode, especially for pointing out the stuff that we got wrong.
Yeah. I said, what? All right. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about? I know you said you wanted to kind of just talk about what's going on in our worlds.
Yeah. So I know that Taylor and I both have a pretty busy fall schedule coming up, but we are kicking things off with a really fun event that we've been planning with our friends Coco. And it's going to be at the House Boheme. It's not open to the public. It's going to be a private dinner, but it's just something that Taylor and I are planning together. And it's going to be a really cool artsy event that's showcasing a beautiful venue in our area. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah. And I think we even talked about maybe doing a few like 5-minute breaks and like catching you guys up as the day goes on. So you could get like a walkthrough of what being at an event looks like with us.
Specifically a Kat Carter event.
Specifically a Kat Carter event. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. So that'll be a fun upcoming episode. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And
what else is new with you?
I've gotten a few inquiries, a few really good, promising inquiries. It's kind of dead season for inquiries right now. So I'm always happy to see some in the inbox for next year. Next year seems to be like pretty busy for me already. Interestingly enough, it's very spread out. So it's not like one season. I have bookings like spring, summer, fall already. Normally at this point, it's just like I have a ton of bookings for fall and I'm like, okay, spring, summer, come on anytime. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit ahead that way, but just kind of enjoying. My kids start school on Monday, so I'm excited about that.
What?
I know. It's his first
Oh,
day.
how old is he now? Like 15, 16?
Yeah, he's about to start driving actually. So crazy. But yeah, I'm actually honestly really excited for wedding season. Like I feel like I haven't shot any weddings recently because summer is definitely my off season. So I'm like just ready to be back at it.
Yeah. You get out of you get out of habit and I call it wedding shape. I
Yeah.
feel out of wedding shape. My
Yeah.
endurance.
Yeah, right. That's true. So I'm really excited about the House Bohem event. I think it's going to be great. I'm very
Yeah.
excited. We'll have to share photos in our Facebook group and things like that.
It's going to be a beautiful event.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So, yeah, what's up in your world?
Just busy planning that. I've had a couple inquiries. I've noticed that people are inquiring. Like, I don't think I've had a normal website inquiry submission in quite some time. It's all Instagram DMs or people are directly texting me, or it's very strange.
Interesting. Directly texting you?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
from like getting your number from the website?
my phone number's on the
Huh.
web. I haven't personally had any issues with it, and it's very frustrating to me when I'm trying to find another vendor or somebody else's information and it's not proudly on their website. I understand that it can come with issues with personal security or spam calls and stuff. I personally haven't had any issues with it. So yeah, it's very interesting. The way that people are reaching out is a little bit different this year.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of the same way where it's a little spread out. We've got still some spring inquiries and still some fall inquiries and some 2027 inquiries. It's just kind of feeling out where everybody's at. And I think that people are still kind of feeling out their vendors too. Nothing's quite stuck.
Yeah.
And for everybody listening at home that isn't quite sure what we're talking about, we are outside of engagement season right now, which means that we are outside of booking season. Our inquiry/booking season is Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, weirdly enough. It's bookmarked by those holidays because that's when families are together. That's when celebrations are happening. Also, if you think about cuffing season, it kind of marks a lot of anniversaries for people that just started. Let's say they got cuffed at the end of the fall, then that's when their anniversary is. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And our like we talk about this all the time, Kat and I do, like just in our personal lives and conversations. But it's so odd seeing how different our businesses are year to year. It changes year to year. And that's like the beautiful thing about running your own business, and kind of like the hard thing about running your own business is it's up to fate, and you just have to trust that it's going to work out.
And the sinking pit of the realization that you have absolutely no security in the future.
Yeah, and you gotta be like on some sort of medication because
I'm on a lot.
because it's so stressful. But we want to do an episode talking about this, like transparency in the wedding industry. I know that's something that a lot of other wedding vendors would love to hear, because I think without going into too much detail, I think there is a lot of people who are not as transparent about what their bookings really look like.
People don't need to know my business.
No,
But
they no, but no, they don't need to know. But if you're lying about it, that's a different story.
no, I don't lie about it, but I'm
No,
not out here like publicizing. Also, just from like a client perspective, I don't want one, people thinking, oh, why does she only have this amount of weddings booked? And vice versa. Oh my gosh, she has so many weddings booked. How could she ever focus on me?
yeah, yeah. I don't, at the end of the day, at the end of the season, nobody needs to know. But if you're putting out there that you're fully booked and you're not, and you're just saying that to try to get more people to book you, that's to me not an honest way of running a business.
No. And I am a really strong believer in karma.
Yeah,
So
me too. I'm so into that.
I just know whatever I do that's bad, it's going to come and bite me in the ass faster than I think it will.
It will. It definitely will. But also the things that you do good, then you put out good into the earth, that comes back as well.
You
Karma.
think?
Yeah,
Like,
karma. Yes, karma, I believe in good and bad karma. I think the universe works itself out. I really do.
My fear of bad karma really drives me.
Yeah, dude, I get that. I feel that all the time. But also, I'm like a huge, huge believer that things happen the way they should happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
I currently have this huge wedding inquiry that like a weekend wedding inquiry at this dream venue, and I'm waiting for them to sign the contract, and it's kind of like there's kind of like a lull there, and I have to remember like if this doesn't work out, they were not the clients for me. They could have ended that could like I would rather it not work out than get a signed contract and have a monster bride, you know? So I'm always like things happen for a reason. It's just easier to think that way. And anyway, how did we get here?
Oh, I think we're just shooting the now.
Yeah, we definitely are. It's gonna need its whole episode.
Not phrase funny, shooting the shit. Why are we pointing guns at turd? Why are we shooting it?
I literally never know what's gonna come out of your mouth next. Never. If I had a gun to my head and somebody said, "Tell me what she's thinking," I would be like, "Just kill me because it's over. It's over for me."
Oh, and that's another thing that I think I wanted to touch on while you were talking about wedding vendors and transparency and whatever. Wait, what was I going to say?
Oh,
Oh, not every wedding planner or wedding vendor that you have out there needs to be a type A binder carrying picture perfect Barbie version of whatever is in your head or whatever movie you watched growing up that portrays a wedding planner. I'm a very proudly type B wedding planner. I am
goofy.
I'm goofy. I'm goofy. Okay? I still have my together though. I am
She's so
organized.
goofy, but she's so good. Like, I'm just gonna gas her up for a minute.
Thank you. But like I'm on top of my and in all of the best ways, but I am not like everybody's perfect match because I think that sometimes expectations are a little bit different. I am more of a wedding friend than I am a wedding foe. And I just want to take that into consideration because a lot of, at the beginning of my career, I was like, I need to keep this a secret that I have a personality. I need
Mm,
to keep it a secret that I'm a little type B.
I agree, and that's why it's important to vet your vendors and make sure to get on a phone call with them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I hate pushing inquiries to get on the phone with me, but I'm like, let's just chat and have a conversation.
Like, yeah, I agree. It's important. It definitely is. And that is us talking nonsense for 15 minutes.
We can cut that out.
Maybe we will. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to get into the episode. And today's episode is things that your mom or your parents suggest that you need for your wedding day that nobody really needs anymore. Okay. I
Or do
think,
they?
or do they?
We're kind of touch about everything. I want to explore all the options with you.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Also, just to say, and just a reminder, this is all subject to individual opinions. You're welcome to do whatever you want at your wedding, but we're just here to tell you you don't have to.
It's the beauty of America.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm super excited about this topic is because it is something that I usually go through with my clients. It's something, if I'm working with a mom and a bride, this is an actual conversation that we've had over, 3, 4 dozen times.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it. So I have a list, and I'm going to read off this list. And Kat wrote this list,
Hmm.
but I'm going to read it, and she's going to give you her opinion. But I can already tell you, I disagree with a few things on here.
I
So
mean, honestly, I did a few things up.
yeah, me too. So I'm excited to just like talk about them and yeah. So if like, don't be offended, everyone.
This is not to
This is-
offend you, but it is to just kind of go over everything that your mom is going to suggest that you need for your wedding. And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. All right, let's get started. Okay, first on the list is an interesting one: church wedding.
I had this one at the top of the list because it's what every parent is imagining how their
Every
child's,
parent.
they're not imagining that it's going to be in a field,
Yeah.
overlooking the mountains or whatever. They are envisioning it indoors at church because
Yeah.
that's how their wedding was. That's how all their friends' weddings were.
Yeah.
Is a new thing. It's good to kind of put into perspective of what your parents are kind of anticipating. And as a future bride or groom, it's basically your job to kind of write your own rules and to say, nope, I want to go get married in a field, or I want to go get married on a mountaintop. This is your time to shine.
Yeah. I it's funny. I read this list and the first one says church wedding and I was like, you got married at a church.
I did. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful Catholic church.
And I mean, but that's what we're saying is if you want to get married at a church, then you should get married at a church. But please don't do it just because your mom wants it, which I think this is a whole other discussion, like doing things your parents want because they're paying for it. You feel obligated to do it. Maybe we have another episode on this because this could be a deep discussion.
There's also certain ways to kind of meet in the middle or pacify your parents or the older generation a bit. I have several clients that their parents want that church wedding. And there's certain ways to bring it in the sentimentality and the reverence of being in a church. Most importantly, by bringing in readings as part of the ceremony, having a religious pastor officiate the wedding. There's little things that you can do to kind of make it a little bit more churchy for your parents to please them.
Chair covers?
Yes, all the parents think that they're like, oh, just throw a chair cover on it. I'm like, no, ew.
I guess I hadn't thought about that. I haven't seen chair covers in a while. I did one wedding with chair covers last year and they were actually so gorgeous.
Really? You gotta send
Yes, I will. I loved them. Let me do that actually.
It is the same amount of money, if not more money, to rent chair covers than it is to rent beautiful chairs.
Yeah, it's true because you're paying for the chair. Just get a chair you like.
Yeah.
Here they are. I loved these. Oh, well, some of them had them.
It's so much effort to get the measurements for, let's say you're getting married in a ballroom. It's so much effort to get the measurements of that specific chair that ballroom has potentially and get the chair covers for that. And the effect of the chair covers is just absolutely disgusting. I don't like the look at all. And then
these were sashes, not chair covers, sorry. But I think you'll like them. I'm gonna send you this picture.
And talking about chair sashes, all the parents want to on a high top table, you throw a linen on top. Mm-hmm. All the parents think that you gotta use like a cinch, some green.
At the bottom
to cinch the high top to the pole to the base.
Yeah, that's an acquired taste.
It's really hard to describe things. Apparently, if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. And no, I don't do that. I can recommend a beautiful patterned linen with a cute little bud vase or a candle arrangement to go on the high top. But what I don't want anybody doing in 2025 is tying a linen to the base of that high top.
It's so funny that you say that because I don't think I've even thought about this in my mind in the past 10 years.
And it's these things that I get presented that I then say no to before it ever even reaches your camera.
It's so funny how different, like the differences in our jobs, what your job is versus what my job is. Like I just show up and all of this has been done, taken care of, and hashed out, and like just so interesting to me.
I do in fact like these are not chair covers. This is like a chair bow situation.
Oh, so that's not considered a sash?
I mean, yeah, we can call it a sash, but I would call it a bow because I think the word sash makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Those are gorgeous, aren't they?
No, and because these are wooden X-backs, they tend to be a little bit more rustic. And I think that by pulling in this chair bow, it kind of elevates it a little bit more and takes away a bit of that and adds a little bit more feminine energy to it.
I like them too. I'm going to post them so the people can see.
You're right. It looks like it's only on some of the chairs because it's not on the chairs across from them. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's on some of them. I could send you that gallery to look. Okay, an overlay tablecloth.
Oh my God.
Okay, call me crazy, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, this is exciting.
Is it like a table runner?
No, it's different. But this is, let's just package overlays and table runners all together.
Okay.
So, you know how typically when you're renting a space, I don't know, I don't want to say typically, but sometimes when you're renting a space, let's say we are planning your parents' wedding in a church basement. Okay. That church basement is going to come with tables, chairs, and some like basic table linens. Usually they're just white or black or whatever. That's what's included in your church basement. So, what you're going to do is run to the fabric store and get some overlays. And so it's going to be kind of a see through, almost mesh is the wrong word, but it's going to be somewhat of a see through material that doesn't necessarily even go all the way over the linen, but it's just something to kind of make it a little bit prettier. So it might be, kind of a shimmery color, or it might just add some razzle dazzle to it. But essentially, we don't do those anymore.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen one.
What we do instead now is we rent linens, because very rarely do venues provide linens. So we rent linens that are nice and gorgeous and floor length, because again, that kind of goes into the next bullet point, is a lot of the older generation assumes that the linens are going to be lap length. So that's when you're sitting down and the linen hits your lap. We don't do that anymore. We want them to be floor length. I don't really have any good reason of why we want them to be floor length, but you just do.
They look better, yeah.
They look better, and you'll be able to tell the difference. You're like, oh, I definitely want floor length. So yeah, that's overlays, and that's the different linens.
Unity candle.
Unity candle.
Or Unity anything.
Yeah, I do think that Unity candles were really, really popular with our parents' generation, which is totally fine. I did a Unity candle. We love a Unity candle. Now, I do have a couple fun ways to do a Unity candle. Namely, so when you do a Unity candle, typically it's a pillar candle. So it's a thick boy. It's a thick candle. And then you have two taper candles, two smaller, thinner candles off to the side. And what I love is when the mother of the bride and the mother of the groom come up and they light the taper candles, and then the bride and groom take the taper candles and light the pillar candle as the Unity candle. I'm just giving my input on Unity candles. Everyone's favorite topic.
I do love a good chat about Unity candles. I really do. Anyway, Unity candles. Yes. What did we do? We didn't do a Unity. We didn't do a Unity anything, actually.
Well, then you guys are not unionized.
We're actually not united. So all that for nothing. Okay, disposable cameras on every table. Call me crazy, but I don't hate disposable cameras. They're real film cameras, and I love that.
And it's a great recession hack. Sorry to cut you out of a job, but
I like them. I think it would be fun to look back through them, you know.
I would be the one to never ever remember to get them.
This is an interesting one. You have some interesting opinions. I'm not going to lie.
I'm just writing down what the parents are recommending.
No, I mean, these are things I wouldn't have really thought of. Like, okay, this one is family formals. To me, there's not a world that I exist in that I cannot not have family formals.
And you know what's interesting is I think that we are leading away from doing family formals and doing more
candids. Yeah. I mean, but you need at least one or two, you know.
I have been getting galleries back from photographers that aren't doing any family formals.
I've seen the galleries you get back from photographers and they stress me out.
I love when that whole album is candid.
Yes, but you can have both.
I think you can have both.
Personally, I think that both are necessary. I mean, I don't need like 50 combinations.
Yeah.
But,
No, it's the combinations that I'm like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? This is
but
no.
just one group shot of your close family is enough.
Yeah. I'm just saying if your mom or your dad or your gee pop or your poop poop is saying, we gotta have the family formals, there are people out there
That
that
don't do them. Yeah.
don't do them.
I agree. You don't have to have them. That was just my personal like opinion on it.
Yeah. And if you don't want to have family formals, don't hire Taylor Parker.
And my opinion is squat. So take that, P-pop. Receiving line. This is insane. I can't even think about a receiving line without losing my mind.
Doesn't that sound terrible?
That's my worst nightmare. Not as a photographer, as a bride. If I had to stand and shake and hug every single person at my wedding in a line, I would just lose my ever loving mind.
And I would love to be able to greet and to, connect with each one of my guests. What would stress me out is that there's a line. There are people
Waiting. Yeah. Oh, my social anxiety could never. I haven't done a receiving line. I haven't photographed a receiving line. Probably, I think maybe I did maybe one or two back in like 2012. Okay. Jordan almonds wrapped in tulle.
Oh, this is a beautiful tradition. It's Italian. Well, the Italians will say that it's Italians. The Greek will say that it's Greeks. But it's a beautiful tradition where it's the guest favor. It's Jordan almonds. They're disgusting and they're wrapped in tulle, and that's the guest favor. So typically they're placed on, every place setting, or they're like on a display for when people are leaving.
Oh, in the little baggies.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
those are cute.
there's a specific number of Jordan almonds that are supposed to be in each one, but
Oh, so it's not just like a wedding favor with like just this like a one-off wedding favor. There's a meaning behind it.
yes, yeah, it's a wedding thing.
I like that better because wedding favors I feel are wasteful almost because I've seen how even party favors, this is so off topic, but like I throw these huge parties for my kids and no one ever takes the favors that I work so hard on.
Right?
And I'm
Okay.
like, favors are so out, I guess. I don't know.
So you see, and like on these, it says 5 sugared almonds for each guest to eat to remind us that life is both bitter and sweet. 5 wishes for the new husband and wife: health, wealth, happiness, children, and a long life.
Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Oh, I'm
It,
like, that's the like mother of the bride in me. I'm like, oh, I love these.
right? Hey, keep popping out children, the more weddings you get. Hey, but you keep popping out boys and you pop out a girl.
I know. It's never gonna happen.
Mm.
Okay, next. Oh, obvious. This is an obvious one. Bouquet toss and a garter toss.
Well, and I wanted to talk about alternatives if you didn't want to do a bouquet toss or if you didn't want to do a garter toss.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think we might have touched on this in a previous episode, or maybe we're just talking, but you don't have to do a bouquet toss. You don't have to do it to single ladies. You can do something like a t-shirt toss, or you can.
We did talk about this, the hot Cheetos.
Yes.
That
I
was
was
fun,
thinking
yeah.
we can also do a line dance. We can do, I don't know, just something different. Start your own tradition.
We talked more about this in our wedding trends episode if you guys want to go listen to that.
Hit us up.
The money dance.
Money dance.
I like the money dance. Is this really something that parents suggest? Maybe like,
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, oh, when you do the money dance. Oh, my dad fully expected there to be a money dance. Or I think it was my mom.
really?
Yeah. And like my family members brought cash for the
Oh my
money dance.
gosh, that's so funny. I would have done it. If it were like that traditional for my family, I think I would have done it. Because it's fun. I think it's cute.
See, and being a vendor that has had to clean
Yeah.
up the money dances.
Yeah.
First of all, you gotta get that money out of there quick because the people want to dance.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
money on the floor. People thankfully.
But I thought the money dance they pin to you.
Now that is one tradition.
I've seen that the most, I
put it
think.
in you, but a lot of that cash ends up on the floor.
Hmm.
All
Okay.
the Greek weddings that I do, they're just throwing it at you.
These are all good. This list is good. Ceremony programs.
Ceremony programs. Mom's gonna assume that you're gonna have a ceremony program because that's what she did.
I just have to say, like, side note, My mother my mother is so cool.
Oh.
She didn't expect any of this. Like
Oh.
she never like her first of all, she has great taste. So her suggestions were all like something that I would like or enjoy. But like she was never like pushy about anything. And it's crazy to me that like this list is so long.
Well, and I mean, I'm not saying that parents or geep pop or poo poo are insisting on this. I'm saying that this is kind of like what they're expecting. And so then we have to touch on it and be like, oh, we're not, doing a receiving line. And they're like, oh, okay. They're not.
I have heard my grandmother talk about so many weddings afterwards, like where she couldn't believe how my wedding, I think, almost killed her
Oh,
because it was so untraditional. I'm not kidding you. Like I didn't have flower girl and like ring bearers because it was a really small, like 15-person ceremony, and I didn't want like a processional, and like it caused this huge fight.
I've seen that before.
That's crazy to me to think back on. That was that big of a deal that she wanted me to have a flower girl and a ring bearer. Really?
Yeah.
My poor mother was just like, oh God, you can do
I've
whatever you
seen
want.
tears shed because there is no flower girl and ring bearer. And it's because it's cute and because it's when I'm sure when that flower girl ring bearer was born, they're like, oh my God, this is going to be beautiful for my daughter's wedding. Oh my God, she's going to look so cute with a little flower girl basket. And then when you crush their dreams, it's like taking a sledgehammer to their heart. And
That's so funny. Oh
I have
man.
a planner that says, no, we're not doing that. You're
I know. I have a twitch in my eye thinking back to my wedding. It's literally twitching.
I'm sorry, but personally, I just have a really big problem with flower girl and ring bearers. Now, if you have that 5, 6, 7 year old that is the star of the show
Yeah.
and wants to go out there and please everybody and say hi to everybody, awesome. Send them on out.
And you love that and you want that, it's all good.
If you've got a scared little kid that is terrified of people, that is antisocial, and that is going to have a complete mental breakdown, why are we forcing them to walk down this aisle in front of 100 guests? Flower girl and ring bearer, I have kind of a problem with.
Like as a whole, or
again, like I said, if you've got somebody that wants to be the star of the show and is adorable and is a pro at it, great, let them have it. But I just don't think we should be forcing kids to be scared.
That's true. There's so many ring bearers that like cry and like refuse to want to walk down, and they still force them. You are right. I have
And
to
then
agree.
they're like mad about it. And they're like, oh, the ring bearer didn't want to walk down. I'm like, yeah, because he's too.
A cake topper, specifically a bride and groom cake topper, I'm assuming, right?
Yes. Yeah. The
I
bride,
love,
the
I
little
love,
room cake topper.
I love that. I love a good vintage cake topper.
I've got a bride that's doing it. She's getting married in June 2026. And she's doing the little people.
I like that. That's cute.
I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Aisle runners. Oh my word. What
Yeah.
a tripping hazard.
So the second that your parents find out that you're getting married in the middle of a field or on a mountaintop or whatever, they're like, oh, okay, we're just gonna do an aisle runner. We're just gonna throw this down in the middle of everything. No, that thing's gonna get destroyed before the processional.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I agree.
you can't, you just can't. Now, what you can do is do some gorgeous flower petals. Put them all along the length of the aisle. Make sure they are real flower petals and not plastic because we are not polluting the earth. Anyways, that's what you do instead of if you really want something on the aisle. Of course, you can do aisle markers and gorgeous aisle entrance markers and stuff like that. But if you really are having a hard time pleasing your parents with not having an aisle runner, just do flower petals and they'll be happy.
I forgot that our runners are a thing. I forgot they existed until this moment. Mother of the bride and groom dresses that match nothing else on the color scheme. Yeah, this is still a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
This is still a thing. And I can remember my mom talking to me about how this was a huge deal at her wedding.
Really? Tell
Yeah,
me
and
about
I don't remember exactly how it went for mine. I wanted my mom to look like so incredibly beautiful. She had the most gorgeous, like rose gold. That was her favorite color at the time. And she just looked so pretty. I just love her. And we were just like, wear whatever you want, like whatever you're comfortable in, as long as it's not black,
Oh,
because my
oh,
dress was black.
because you were wearing black.
Mhm. Yep.
So for my mother, she had lost a bunch of weight, and she went with us to try on bridesmaids dresses. She was like, "Oh, let me just slip into something." And she came out of that dressing room in like this fitted, gorgeous bridesmaids dress, and I'm like, "You're wearing that."
Yeah. Yeah. I needed
I'm
my
all
mom
like,
to look so
"Not."
hot. Yeah. My mom did too. She really did.
But my bridesmaids were wearing black, and then my mom chose black. And obviously, everybody knew it was my mom. It's
Yeah.
not it was like, oh, is she a bridesmaid? Like, no, my mom looked hot. And I think that was what was most important to both of us.
Yeah. Me too. I guess a lot of these things I have not really thought of. Like, it's so funny how like these are not my problems.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's amazing. Ice sculptures?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever photographed an ice sculpture.
I love when parents and I are doing like the site visit at the venue, or we're, sourcing a new venue for them. And they're like, oh, this is great. This will be a great spot for the ice sculpture to go.
Oh,
And
there is. I do. The only ice sculpture that like I can think of is that one that was at the AC Hotel vendor show.
mm,
Have you seen that? Did you see them there?
no.
There was like this crazy ice sculpturist there, and it was pretty neat. But I
Okay.
think it's cool because I like honestly a lot of these things I love because they're not around anymore, but they're like vintage. But I like them because it's almost like people are afraid to do these things because they're vintage or because they're like, oh, that reminds me of my parents' wedding. But for me, I'm like, ooh, that's awesome. My parents did that.
Okay, as long as we're not bringing in chair covers.
Chair covers. I forgot about chair covers.
My biggest thing is when I am helping clients decide what to use for their wedding day is I want it to look like a home. I want it to feel warm and inviting and gorgeous. And
Like
so when you
like
start
their home.
like their home,
Yeah.
when you start doing overlays and chair covers and stuff, it doesn't feel like a
Mhm.
home anymore. It feels like, the Pizza Inn ballroom.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of putting it. Ice sculptures. Now I wish I had an ice sculpture.
That is so random, but okay. You're like your one takeaway from this is I would ice sculpture.
I have regrets. Okay. Photo slideshows during cocktail hour.
Specifically the photos of when the bride and groom were toddlers and they're always naked. Don't ask me why we're putting naked children on a slideshow in front of your 300 plus guests. It freaks me out.
You've seen some weird things. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just like, why am I seeing so much of the groom right now?
So we did a slideshow at our wedding. We did not at cocktail hour. Our first dances. So like during my father-daughter dance, we did a slideshow of like pictures of me and my dad when I was growing up. Dude, I could cry just thinking about it.
It sounds distracting.
No, it was that moment's not for everybody else. It's for me and my dad.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm thinking like logistics and like
Yeah, I don't care who was looking at us dancing. That was not the point. The point was like that was something special that I did for my dad to make him feel special and to remind him of like we worked this hard to get here to this day and we made it.
Aww.
I know, I would do it again. I loved doing that, just so everybody knows. That's like kind of cheesy, but I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Oh, this one. I have not heard of this one in a while. A bridal portrait being displayed at the wedding.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
This
that was a thing. Yeah.
this is my super traditional Southern brides,
Yeah.
Southern families specifically.
Yes. Yeah, I
I don't
agree.
think the bride has ever come to me and said, "Oh, this is what I want." It's always like the mom saying, "Oh, where are we putting the bridal portrait?"
That's so interesting. It's
Yeah,
like maybe back 10 years ago, I wouldn't have questioned it, but now I would be like, why do you have that giant picture of just you here?
isn't it like it's kind of weird? Like, why is it just the bride?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I like I mean, if you want to put up pictures of the two of you, like from engagement session or whatever, proposal, I like that. That's cool.
But again, I think I've made this point when we've been recording before. This is just, again, me personally. I don't understand the point of me in a wedding dress being photographed without my groom. Because
Yeah.
why the
Yeah.
hell am I in a wedding dress if he's not there, if he's not a part of it?
Yeah. I don't know. I agree. I agree with that. I like the idea of a bridal session, like just to give you that chance of like running the trial. But I don't think I would use those photos for anything, to be honest, other than just like expectations on the wedding day.
If you want to know how to execute this properly, how to display a bridal portrait is you have the ceremony, everybody sees the bride, everybody cries, and it's amazing. Okay. Then your planner, your coordinator, whatever, puts out the bridal portrait, or we have a sheet that covers the bridal portrait. We take the sheet off during cocktail hour, and everybody gets to see the picture of her. And you put it on like a big, like 24 by 18, a big one. And then you put it in a nice, beautiful frame. And then you put it on an easel or a high top so everybody can look at the bride.
Yeah, and that's also like thinking about it, like as far as the reasoning, because I think the wedding culture has changed a little bit and it's less about just the bride today. It's more about the couple and less about just being like the bride being the number one big thing for the day. To me, it's more of a 50-50 thing and less 95-5. Okay, last one is guest favors, specifically ones that are stupid and cheap. You wanted me to read that. I know.
Nobody cares about your guest favors unless they are something that people can eat. I feel like I have another one. No, it's mainly just things that people can eat. And if you really want to do guest favors, do welcome bags. But don't do a welcome bag with like 2 waters and snacks that they can get at a gas station. Try to make it local. Try to make it you guys. Try to do like a his and hers favorite, snack. I just said don't do gas station snacks, but it's cute if you do like a his and hers favorite, whatever. And just try to not do stuff that they can get in the hotel bar.
I see a lot of wasted favors. To me, it's just wasted money. Put that money into hiring a planner or a better photographer.
And even if it's like a keychain bottle opener that you saw on Etsy and you're like, oh my God, this is so cute. No, because you know who has 500,000 keychain bottle openers is the planner, because I'm the one cleaning them up with it.
Yeah, and nobody takes them.
It'll make it look like people took them, but then they leave them on the floor. Or my favorite is when they leave them in the bathroom.
I noticed that with my kid's birthday party because I like it feels weird not to do favors for the kids.
Right, especially for the kids.
Yeah, but then I work so hard on them because I make them like super special and then nobody takes them. And then I get sad because I'm like, oh, this was like not just like a one-off thing I bought. I worked hard on it and then nobody took them. Nobody cared.
Have you noticed,
yeah.
A difference if they are edible?
Well, I tried that. I did like those cookies, like the nice cookies that Brenda makes. Those were the favors one year and nobody took them.
And see, if they're too pretty, people won't take them. Like a beautiful box of chocolates or, designer.
That's wild. Cookies. Interesting. But you know what? I'm not doing favors anymore.
No, don't.
My heart has been broken too many times. That's the list. Do you want to touch on anything else?
I don't think so, but definitely if you have any more weird things that your parents are insisting on for your wedding or you experienced when you were planning your wedding, feel free to let us know. We love our Facebook group right now, but it has been really cool seeing people engage with one another. It's like, oh my God, like
it's so cool to have a little community. I'm so proud of us.
I know. Who knew that I would love a little Facebook group so much?
I know. I'm so proud of that Facebook group.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, which I'm sure you're already in the Facebook group, but the off chance that someone stumbled upon this podcast for the first time, go join our Facebook group. It's so fun over there.
And if this is your first time listening to our podcast, I'm sorry.
Kat is normally nicer than this. Just kidding.
No, this is what you get.
This is exactly what you get. Okay. This is fun. Don't forget to go rate us on Spotify. If you're here, you're already listening, just click 2 easy buttons and rate us 5 stars and I'll kiss you on the mouth.
Oh, and don't forget to send us hate mail.
If you need a Gmail account for that, let me know. So that's it. Thanks for being plus ones. And until next time,
Farts.
parts, and we're out.